Hey beautifuls, Hannah here, of course. I'm just going to do an energy update because there's been a lot of people that have been saying there's like real that walking through moon rocks energy I was talking about. Super heavy, lots of crown chakra tingling stuff going on. So I just want to talk about that briefly. And I'm just going to share this as always. So I've just come out of our first Sacred Soul Reverence. Beautiful reconnection back to our soul and the journey to self-love after narcissistic abuse. So there's still time to jump in there, of course. You can find the link on my page or send me a message if you want to join us in there. But then I just come out and I'm like, I need to do another energy update, specifically energy update on this real kind of, it's quite heavy energy, right? It's quite light and it's quite heavy. It's almost like there's such a, there's like either people really up here or people down here. Like it's really strong at the moment. So whilst I'm sharing this to be super present with you, let me know if you're feeling this really, I want to say dense energy. It feels very like gritty, like, I don't know. It's there's a lot of people feeling it, or just hectic energy, or like just completely nothingness. Like, yeah, let me know where you're at and let me share this so I can be present with this energy update. I'm actually a bit excited that it's so alive for me to do an energy update again. I think that's because I've been handing over so much stuff to my team. I'm like, oh my God, my life again. So good. I can be of service again. That's where my heart is. Okay. So just pulling this up. If you can hear something, it's just my dog, my German Shepherd, eating her biscuits and sitting on her bed and eating her biscuits again and all those things. Okay, this has been shared, so I can put my phone down. And hello. All right, so let me know how you all are feeling, because so the full moon the other day, right? If you saw my live stream, I was like on fire, like, and then like this energy is really expansive right now. So if you did watch my live stream the other day, I did talk about the really expansive energy right now, and it feels like we're being stretched to no end. Hi, Kelly. But yesterday and today, there's a lot of people just going, oh my God, there's such a dark heaviness around, like they're just feeling bogged down. Maria says stressed and tired due to study. Yeah, and so there's things that we have to do and we don't want to do them either, right? So just let me know if it's too windy. The wind has picked up, but I was like, I have to do an energy update for you guys before I finish for the day, before I go back inside. I didn't want to do it inside. Hey, Mira. So, so like a lot of tiredness, not wanting to do the jobs that we have to do, not wanting to do things, right? Okay, that wind's really strong. Maybe I should have gone inside. Sorry, guys. I trust you'll let me know. I'm kind of hiding the microphone. So lots of like heavy energy and stuff that you just don't want to be doing and would rather just be like Netflixing and just sleeping or just anything but this, right? So Tina says, feeling very alive and productive. Okay, awesome. Although several people I know are feeling sad, heavy and drained. Yeah, awesome. So this is where I wanted to speak, because there are a lot of people on this high and there's a lot of people on this low. The wind is annoying me because I know how windy it can be. And the wind's really picked up. We're supposed to get a pile of rain. Oopsies. And I just thought that I could do it before it got even windier. All right. It's hidden a little bit more. Yep, sad, heavy, and horrible. Okay. All right. This will be a quick energy update, guys, because the wind's really strong and that really annoys me. I love the wind, but I get agitated by it for too much. So, Mira says, for me, it goes up and down. One moment I'm full, next minute I'm drained. Yeah. Pink moon had many emotions out of whack. Anger is an issue. Yeah. So lots of things are coming up that we've suppressed. So this Scorpio full moon has definitely been, okay, thanks, Ree, the wind. Okay, thank you. I can just feel it moving, all this energy around me. I think I'm like, what's happening? It was so still before in the Sacred Soul Reverence. I think this is like the energy now. It's like representative of like everyone's feeling like this and then like, oh, what's happening? It's like the energy, yeah. And I feel like there is a bit of this chaos energy going on and around. There is, I want to say a lot of okay, this might sound judgmental, and I don't mean it to be that way, but I'm just trying to give you an understanding of the energetics about what's going on, okay? Yep, easily frustrated, agitated, annoyed with everything. Yeah, that's what it is, right? And just like, but everything's good. And then it's like, oh my God, what's happening? It's like, what? It's like, and then I'm like, okay, I'm exhausted. And I'm like, oh my God, I got this energy. Let's do everything. And then it's just like, but I don't want to sit there and do everything. I feel like the biggest thing for you at the moment is going to support you is to move your body. Yeah. Move your body, whether that's going for a walk, whether it's going for a run, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's just like gentle stretching, like yoga, or maybe you do need to sleep more, like whatever's going to support your body or listen to your body right now is going to be the most supportive thing to work with these energies. The other thing is that I've had a few clients, and there's a lot of clients going on, and I've actually seen a lot of people posting about it too, crown chakra tingling, crown, third eye tingling, like this stuff. And so what I feel is happening right now is, as a tree branch breaks and falls in the forest, oh my goodness. Well, it's kind of like a forest. So like the crown chakra energy, and this is where this, you know, if you watched my live stream the other day and I spoke about this, the 6 weeks currently is like a lot of like, there's a meteorite shower, there's a lot of like, there's an eclipse coming. Like there's a really strong, there's super moons. I think the next one is a super moon as well. It's 2 super moons, and this is interesting. So I looked at it the other day. We had like those strong eclipses. Oh, and this is the other important point. So August 2018, August 2018 was, I think it was like the blood red lunar eclipse or something. I don't know if it's got a proper name, but it was like, there was an eclipse season in August 2018, and I got the message this morning that the energies right now are like the tail end and the finalizing of, I don't know if it began in 2018, like that August 2018, but it has a big tie-in now to what we're finishing off in our life now. Now, when I looked at the couple of years ahead, there's no more eclipses for ages. We've got some black moons coming up in the next couple of years, which is like the 2 new moons. I think it's 2 new moons in the same month or something like that. I need to re-look at it. But it was really interesting to me. I was like, wow, like this lunar eclipse coming at the end of May is the last that we've had. Like we've had quite a few eclipse seasons over the past couple of years. And then they showed me that this is the tail end finishing off of that blood red lunar eclipse moon from August 2018, which was so strong in the Egyptian energies, by the way, back then. And there's a spider crawling on my phone, on my camera live stream. So spider, I put it on my story yesterday, is zircon, which is life changes. And the spider is the web, like, and this is interesting because this really came up in Sacred Soul Reverence just then, that people waking up from the web shifting, like the web has been lifted. And this is what I was talking about the other day on live stream about December 2019 was when Atlantis rose, and the truth is surfacing now. You can't, like, the truth is surfacing. You can't stop consciousness awakening, right? Like, and so the web has been lifted, the web of suppression, the cloak has been lifted. Like, that's the feeling of it, right? Now, that real sad, heavy, depressed energy is like right now, like, you know, like you might feel it in your body, or it might just be like complete numbness, or it might be like complete like heaviness. And I want you to know that these are upgrades, right? Unless you're like, no, I really need to go to the hospital, Hannah. Well, then you need to really listen to that. I don't know if you can see that spider. It's just like hanging there. So like these are upgrades with this really high potent energy coming through right now. Like it is still like sieving out the trauma from your body. So if there's things that you haven't dealt with, or if there's like pain or hurt or stuff from your past, like it's gonna surface, and it's gonna be more intense and bigger right now because of the supermoon, because of all these really like shining a light on all these energies. But at the same time, it's shifting out of you. We always have to remember that when we're feeling sad, heavy, depressed, or like paralyzed, like can't move, what's actually happening is there is an expansion going on. You know, and we spoke about this in Sacred Soul Reverence. It's like, if you turned up here to Sacred Soul Reverence, your soul is really ready to ignite and become, not just remember who you are, but become who you are. There's still time to get into Sacred Soul Reverence, so you can find the link on my page and join us there. It's really powerful. It's really powerful. Reconnecting to your soul. And so this expansive energy right now is shifting this stuff out. And if we can remember that when we are sad, heavy, depressed, or whatever, like, there is a point where we're just like, no, I'm not doing this. Like, I've had enough, right? And yes, we need to go and take care of ourselves and do all those things. But when we can remember that these energies right now are intense, and I think I did say the other day on live stream that the next 6 weeks are going to be like even more intense in a way. Like, we're moving up to the eclipse. It's a 6 weeks of like all this like energy coming through. Crown chakras are buzzing because they're opening, right? When a crown chakra is closed, there's no light gets in, right? Like, when we are birthed as a baby, most of the time we are crowning through. This is the first thing that comes through most of the time. I know things are changing these days. It's kind of sad in a way, because babies, we need that to come into our reality, right? So when the crown chakra is buzzing and opening, the light is coming in, a whole new consciousness is coming, a whole new energy is coming in. If you're sad and depressed, right, a couple of things. Number one, you might still be closed. And again, there's no judgment. It's just understanding what's happening to you, right? So there's a whole pile of light energy stuff that wants to come in from the cosmos, or your soul wants to come into your body, and it's trying to come in through your crown, right? A lot of people have felt the buzzing, tingling through third eye, brain changing, neural pathways, etc., right? Reality is shifting. We are birthing right now. If we look at it on a big picture, from this last lunar eclipse to all the eclipses we've had for the past couple of years, like, we're finishing off a big cycle of huge shifting out of stuff at the moment, right? And everyone's shifted, and now we're like moving into this new frequency, this new energy, this new reality is being birthed, yeah? And so this closed off on the crown, so to speak, is like the light coming in and anchoring into your body, right? And it shifts everything at the same time. I always say, if your crown chakra is closed, you will be depressed, because no light can get in, and you're pressing down on who you are. You're pushing down, you're closed, you're depressed, pressing down, right? And so when that energy is there and you're depressed, the best thing to do that is to move your body. So always check when you have been moving your body or not. But it's also, what intuitive guidance are you not listening to? Yeah, what intuitive guidance are you not listening to, because that's trying to come through to give you the answers, right? So that real sort of crippling, heavy, like stuck energy, like, know that it's shifting through you. Yeah, I think there's so much where like, oh, there's something wrong, or like, and you know, sometimes we do need to clear our energy, and who have we been talking to, and who are we hanging around, and blah, 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 blah. But when we can also remember that we're shifting through something, because especially if you're stepped into reality awareness vortex, especially if you're doing the spiritual work, especially if you're growing and changing and doing all the things, you're going to be expanding. You're going to be like shifting through stuff. And then when the energies are strong, like the moon or anything like that, it's going to be like tenfold, and it's going to be even more in a way, right? So let me know if that helps, okay? As I said, the next 6 weeks are going to be, I feel, even more intense in a way. Lots and lots of expansion. If you can remind yourself that you are expanding, especially if you've stepped into reality awareness vortex, meaning you follow me, you watch my content, you follow it, you're doing the things, like, you're going to start shifting, right? This is what reality awareness does. It awakens your consciousness. It awakens energy in your body. It shifts your reality into more awareness. That is reality awareness, okay? So when you actually use the tools that I recommend to use, you're going to be supporting yourself in harnessing that energy and the shifting consciousness. And that's why using them is good, because you kind of, I want to say directing it, but you're actually able to harness it and use it in your body and life, rather than it just sort of like, okay, I've got all this information, now what, right? So let me know if that helps. Let me know if you've got any questions about the energies or about what you're feeling. I'm happy to have a little chat about that now. And what else was I going to say? Oh, yes. So as I said, the best way to work with and move through this energy right now is that when you're down, you're down. When you're upset, you're upset. When you're high, you're high. Like, not high on something, but high on the energies, right? Or when you're happy, you're happy. When you're sad, you're sad. When you're crying, you're crying. Like, the biggest thing is to not judge how you're feeling. Like, know that you're expanding. Know there's waves. Know that there's so much going on in the world, let alone your own life and the consciousness shifts that are going on the planet. Like, it's okay, and you're expanding, growing, and moving with it, okay? Don't judge yourself for feeling sad, down, depressed, like, oh, what's going on? I can't move, like, whatever the story is. Just, okay, this is how I'm feeling right now. How can I support myself best in this moment? That is the most loving thing that you can do, and that is how you're going to get through it, because there is no magic pill, unfortunately. There is just moving through it with conscious awareness and compassion for self, for how you are feeling in the moment, no matter what's going on around you. This too shall pass. That is what they say, right? The best thing is to get around other people who are also going through it. So in my Reality Awareness support group on Facebook, if you're like, what's going on? You post in the group. Is anyone else feeling like this? This is what's happening. I need support. Is anybody there? And everyone will comment. Well, a lot of people comment, right? There's a lot of support in there. So allow yourself to be supported. Be around people who are also going through it. This is how we get through it, okay? You're not crazy. You're not depressed. You're not upset. You're just moving through something. And to be around people who get that, you will move faster. Okay, because we are also moving through it. Yeah, I had a hard day yesterday. Some of my clients had a hard day yesterday. The day before I was on fire. Today I'm also on fire. Like, we move through, and these are the waves. This is how we learn to ride the waves. Yeah, because everything is a cyclic movement. Nothing is still. And when we can learn to ride with that, that's how we shift, grow, and evolve and accelerate our life purpose. That is how we become the energy, and how we not get floored by it, even though sometimes we are on the floor upset about it. Yeah, we don't judge ourselves for it, we ride it. Yeah. Yes. So Michelle says, I agree with this, and I always feel I'm being moved in a direction I need to be, but currently it is literally everything in my life is shifting, and I am utterly overwhelmed with a feeling of defeat. Those energies are the energies. Yesterday, I was also feeling that. I was feeling overwhelmed. I'm like, I've got so much stuff to do. How am I, like, blah, blah. Please know, the people closest to me know that I was crying, going, I can't do this anymore. Like, it's too much. But I want to really point out within that, right, as you said there, Michelle, right, these are really the energies, right? I want to say you've hit the nail on the head. Like, you're right in flow of the energies right now. This expansion is affecting every area of our lives. Every area, right? And as I said on the other live stream the other day, it is like the earth has dropped out beneath us. Why? Because a whole new reality is coming in, hence being birthed into a new reality. Crown chakra, like we're literally birthing a new reality. Yeah, we're putting on new skin. The old skin is disappearing and a new one is appearing. Like we are being reborn in a way. It can feel overwhelming. This is so important to remember, okay? This is so important. Overwhelm means expansion. Let me explain. When you are overwhelmed, what is actually going on physiologically is that your brain neural pathways are changing. They are changing, yeah? So, you know, when we think a certain train of thought, etc., etc., like we've got to, you know how your brain fires the neural pathways, like that's because we think a certain way and we behave a certain way, like these fire because of these. Does that make sense? Like you know that, right? When we learn something new, these change. They change because we're learning something new. So of course they're going to change because we're taking in new information. So our brain fires in a different way because we're learning something new. The physical change of the electrical impulses, like, well, is electricity really physical? But you know what I mean? Those brain neural pathways changing, that's overwhelm. So when you can remember, right, it doesn't feel good, right? When you can remember that even though it's overwhelmed, you're expanding because you're learning something new. Yeah, there's so much crown chakra awakening going on at the moment. That's why, right? And so when you say that, Michelle, like in a feeling of defeat, that's exactly how I was feeling yesterday too. I was just like, I can't do it anymore. I'm done. Like, in a way, right? Like, and I voice all this to myself, sometimes to my friends, and really just like, because I know that helps me shift through it. I'm owning it. I'm not denying it. I'm like, I got it all together. I got a handle on it, because no, I didn't, right? And so when we're honest with our feelings, that's not judging them. That's being with them. That's being with the presence of who you are and what you're feeling in the moment. I'm feeling like this. And then also, how can I support myself? Now, in those moments, sometimes we have deadlines. Sometimes we have to get things done, and it's like even more heavy in a way, right? Because we can't just not do it then and there, right? Well, maybe we could, but we want to finish it or whatever, right? What's so important is that in those moments, we are still asking ourselves, how can I support myself right now? Now, you might get more depressed or down or defeated feeling because you're like, well, I have to get this done now, Hannah. You can't just not do it, right? We don't want to talk to ourselves like that. We want to be like, yeah, I need to get this done right now. But you know what? On the weekend, I'm taking the entire weekend off. And that's only like 24 hours away, Hannah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and this gives you a support system. You're like, cool, I got something to look forward to, because once this is done, whole weekend off, for an example, right? I mean, use an example you like, but give yourself a way of being supported when you're most needing it, when you're most defeated, when you're most down, in a way, yeah? That's how we're enabling ourselves to support yourself. And maybe you're busy for the next 2 weeks and you're like, okay, cool. Well, that next week, I'm actually going to take days off because I need it for my self-care days. And I'm actually going to go to a rainforest and go off grid. And like, so you know that that's coming up to support yourself, and you're going to be able to get through this bit. Yeah. So really, really important to be able to support yourself like that. But they're definitely the energies at the moment. And it's the expansion. It is literally the expansion in every direction of your life. And when you can really remember that, and if you're not feeling the expansion or the overwhelm, by the way, and if you're feeling sad and depressed, that energy is starting to shift you, yeah, because that sadness and depression was unconscious before, and so now it's just becoming conscious because it's shifting out of you. Remember, energy is always moving. Okay. Yeah, feeling this too, says Kelly. Yeah, yes, it is happening for us, exactly, even though it doesn't feel like it, and we're just like, nah, I'm done. No. Right? But when we can really acknowledge, and also that shifts it, and then we're like, okay, cool, I can keep going. Yeah. So Dawn says, okay, I accidentally showed my granddaughter my hang up of my being weight. How can I change this message? I'm not quite sure what that means, Dawn. I'm not sure what hang up of my being weight. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I need more explanation there. Michelle says, thank you, this helps. I appreciate this idea of growth. Yeah, it's so important, right? I think that's why we forget when we're getting bogged down, because we're going along in life, but when we go along, like, and we're still doing all the spiritual work or what have you, stuff's going to come up. Like, it comes up, right? And so when we're able to like know that we're just shifting to our next level because we've been doing this work for so long, of course stuff's going to shift eventually, right? I would also check in with yourselves, like, you know, to around that August 2018, and then also December 2019. Those dates are a big kind of let go, and I want to say a revisit now to what was happening back then, but also really just like it's the finalizing to shifting whatever you started back then or left back then. Like it's the final pieces or something in a way, right? That's the energy. Hi, Meg and Lynn. Yes, Christine says, I'm so excited for the next 6 weeks and beyond. Yes, I am too. There is like a really light energy. There's a lot of positive energy available for us right now as well. That's why some people are like, you know, really high and others are really depressed. Like, we're all just different webs right now. Yeah. So there's no judgment. We're all just different places, but we're all moving. Yeah. We're definitely all moving. And I want to share that when you do move through that denseness, that light and the energy that you feel is like, I want to say explosive. It's so expansive right now that everything that you do, and everything that you do create and that you do put energy into is like exponentially like magnified right now. Like this is the power. So when you are down and you're like, like know that it'll pass, right? Even though we're like, no, it won't. It won't, Hannah, stop. Go make it go away. I can't anymore. Like we're literally defeated, as you said, right? And then it's like, but then the next moment we're like, oh my God, everything's moving again. And so this like 10 times like exponential growth, or more than that, it feels at the moment. So, you know, if you are riding the wave, really like allow yourself to put positive energy into the things, like manifesting what you want, like, because these energies are really poised to like exponentially grow that right now. Like this next 6 weeks is a really, really powerful portal. So yeah, use it. use it. I see, Dawn, what you're saying. So maybe that truth needed to come out, and maybe you needed support in that instead of complaining about it to your granddaughter in a way. So I see that as a positive thing, even though you're probably feeling a lot of shame, guilt, and want to hide away even more right now. I feel it's a positive thing because you're starting to let in support. So it was a good thing she told her parents, in my opinion, even though it probably doesn't feel good. So maybe you need to have a cry as well about how you're feeling with that too. Yeah. So what else do I want to share? Is there anything else that needs to come through for this energy update? It feels complete. Make sure you move your body. I just feel like that's like the biggest thing at the moment. Move your body in the best way that feels comfortable for you. I'm not saying go run a marathon unless you're feeling cold for that. Maybe you want to climb a mountain. Maybe you need to just go for a walk around the block. Maybe you need to do gentle yoga or a strong yoga class or something. Just listen to what your body wants, because as you move this is where more light gets in, and helps to amplify that. So Sacred Soul Reverence, we just literally did the first live in there today, so you can go and catch the replay. The link is down on my page. This is where we are really embodying this soul expansion and being able to really have that as your forefront all the time. Someone said to me on this live stream the other day, like something about my energy makes you feel better, and I'm like, this energy you can cultivate within you. This is a reflection of you, and all the tools and everything that I teach to awaken your consciousness is because this lives within you. And all the tools and everything I teach to awaken your consciousness is allowing you to cultivate that relationship, to grow this beautiful piece of you, this soul, this energy within you, because it does exist within you, or you wouldn't be breathing, sitting here watching my live stream. Like, it exists in you. And so we cultivate the relationship with our consciousness, with our energy, and this becomes your normal. This becomes your normal when you undo all the unconsciousness bits and trauma and blah 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 and all the stuff, right? And we cultivate this relationship with your own intuition, with your energy. This becomes your normal. So Sacred Soul Reverence, you can still jump in there. Transcendence Reality Society is where you get access to everything that reality awareness is. It's like the reality awareness inner circle. You get access to all my courses. So if you want Sacred Soul Reverence, and if you want everything else, full moon ceremonies, you get access to the chakra trainings, and we're diving deep into the ear chakra consciousness over May, where we do the live trainings over Zoom. We're going deep into this ear chakra consciousness, where we're literally opening to the interdimensional space, but it's deep feminine healing, deep openness, deep awareness, deep like sacred soul reverence. Basically, it's all the pink, right? It's deep in the ear chakra consciousness is sacred soul reverence. Because this energy that comes in, like everybody misses the ears. I'm like, man, like we've actually got 2 of them. And this is how we hear reality. Like we literally hear reality. It is literally how we hear our soul. So I would really be tuning in. Where is your soul guiding you to be? Transcendence Reality Society is the inner circle of reality awareness, and this is where you get access to everything. You get the live group trainings. There is hot seat intuitive healing mentoring personally from me in that group once a month as well. You get access to all the chakra consciousness trainings. You get other bonuses that are not even listed on that page. You get access to the full moon ceremony every month, which is just friggin' next level. Like this is getting better and better in there. It's blowing my own mind. And then you also get access to any course that I create. For the time that you're in that membership, you get it for free. So if you're in Transcendence Reality Society and I release a course on Sacred Soul Reverence, for example, you get that for free. Any course, any meditations, so the 12-strand DNA activation, like any meditations or anything that I create, you get access to that as long as you're a member in Transcendence Reality Society. So it really is the best if you want access to everything. Otherwise, of course, you can just come and go in all the other pieces. But the doors are open now for Transcendence Reality Society. I know they're closing soon. I don't know exactly when. I'm waiting for the intuitive nudge because that's how it works. So if you've got any questions, send me a message. Otherwise, the link is there. You can still get into Sacred Soul Reverence as well. Or if you would prefer to work with me one-on-one, I do one-on-one mentoring with my inner circle clients. So if that rather calls your soul, send me a message and let's see if we are a fit. That is a deep dive into the specifics of your life and the consciousness to unpick, shed, and you just know you need to work with me with that one-on-one. So send me a message if you'd like information about that, if that's what is calling you. So Dawn says, please tell me how to deal with that. So yeah, I would be reaching out for support, definitely Dawn. And I would be, choosing a mentor that works for you. Of course, like I said, I do definitely do one-on-one mentoring with my private clients. So that is an option. Send me a message if you would like information to see if that's going to work for you. Other than that, I do feel that first of all, crying about the situation and the guilt and the shame that you feel about it is definitely like where to start. Also, guys, if you do not have my Clear and Activate pack, the Clairsentient Sponge Clearing Meditation is going to be one of the most helpful things to help move out all these heavy energies at the moment as well. If you're feeling that dense, right? Sometimes we don't even want to do that. Sometimes we just need to be with it as well. So please listen to your heart. Be gentle with yourself. Drink lots of water. Get lots of sleep. Get lots of support with the people who see who you really are and what you're going through. And I shall see you very soon. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.